For some, a 9-to-5 job feels like a peaceful sanctuary. For others, sitting at the exact same desk every day feels like a psychological prison. Society often labels this chronic restlessness as a personality flaw. We look at job hopping or extreme wanderlust and see an inability to settle down or a lack of professional focus. This behavior actually stems from a specific biological reality. Roughly 40% of the global population carries a genetic mutation called DRD4-7R. This allele dictates specific behavioral outcomes. Carriers are 3 times more likely to frequently change jobs, take extreme financial risks, and travel long distances. We are witnessing an evolutionary split. Human brains operate on entirely different dopaminergic baselines, meaning a routine that provides peace to one person can feel like physical confinement to another. This difference begins with dopamine. This molecule functions as the brain's fuel for motivation and anticipation. It is the chemical drive that pushes us to seek rewards. In 60% of the population, receptors catch dopamine efficiently, creating calm. The DRD4-7R mutation twists the third intracellular loop. Molecules bounce off, leaving the reward system dim. This dopamine blindness creates a flat baseline. Firing requires a massive, jagged spike of environmental stimulation. Chronic job hopping and extreme travel are biological imperatives. The 7R brain must aggressively pursue heavy sensory input to reach a normal baseline of satisfaction. This seemingly inefficient, blunted dopamine receptor survived in our gene pool for a specific evolutionary reason. In 1999, researchers linked the DRD4-7R allele directly to ancient out-of-Africa migration patterns. The data revealed a clear pattern. The further a historical population migrated from its origin, the higher the concentration of the 7R mutation in their modern DNA. 40,000 years ago, this mutation was a survival asset. It transformed the terror of the unknown into a thrill, driving explorers across unmapped oceans. In the modern world, this ancient roaming engine clashes with the hyper-predictable environments of cities and corporate offices. Modern restlessness occurs when a highly successful migratory program is trapped in an environment that demands absolute stillness. For the 60% majority, the common 4R variant represents a highly efficient biological strategy for survival. We can call this group the stabilizers. These individuals possess brains that interpret repetition and familiarity as signals of safety. For them, a localized routine is a masterclass in energy conservation. Neither the wandering nor the sedentary genetic profile is incorrect. Instead, they form a necessary checks and balances system for our species. Human survival required both tribes. The stabilizers stayed home to build infrastructure and protect resources, while the explorers were biologically compelled to expand our borders into unmapped frontiers. If you are part of the 40% but cannot constantly travel, you can optimize your life by microdosing novelty. Feed the dopamine itch through high-stakes hobbies or frequent environmental shifts. Activities like rock climbing or changing your workspace every 48 hours can provide the sensory volume your receptors require. The stabilizers can also borrow this traveler's edge. Forcing minor environmental deviations, like taking a new route to work, kicks the prefrontal cortex out of autopilot with triggering anxiety. That sudden, irrational urge to leave everything behind, it marks the physical awakening of humanity's oldest biological compass.